So before we get to our final closing address, I would love to welcome to the stage Damian Jones of the STFC to talk to you guys about the wonderful world of CIUK.
Okay, afternoon everyone. My name is Damian Jones. I'm part of the Scientific Computing Department at STFC, and I am also the conference chair for the Computing Insight UK Conference, or CIUK for short. What I'm going to do today is talk to you very briefly about the conference itself, and then I'm going to more specifically talk about our Cluster Challenge competition. I only have 10 minutes, so this is going to be the most rapid introduction to CIUK you've ever heard. For those that don't know, CIUK is an annual event. It's a 2-day event which is held in Manchester every December. It's organised by STFC's Scientific Computing Department. It's not actually a new event. It's been around quite a while now. So this year will be the 35th year of this conference under various different formats, but 35 consecutive years. The conference itself includes a 2-day exhibition. Exhibitors come along and showcase their latest hardware and software releases. Alongside the exhibition, we have a 2-day programme of technical presentations. And alongside both of those activities, we have a 2-day programme of parallel breakout sessions. So there's quite a lot going on in the space of these 2 days in Manchester. And all of this takes place in the wonderful Manchester Central Convention Complex, which is right in the middle of Manchester. And as an aside, for anyone who's of a certain age like me, or anyone who comes from up north like me, you probably know this venue better by its previous name. This is the old GMEX building in the middle of Manchester. So over the course of the 35 years, we've seen quite a steady growth around this conference in terms of the number of exhibitors and also the number of attendees. To give you a bit of an example, the first event I was involved in was in 1999. We actually had 10 exhibitors and about 50 attendees. Last year, CIUK 2024, we had 50 exhibitors and 1,000 attendees. So it's taken a while, but we're getting there. It's quite steady growth. Over the course of the years, we've actually been forced to change venue quite a few times to allow for this growth. We've been around quite a few interesting places, as a few of you will know that have been to a few of these events. But 5 years ago, we took a real leap of faith when we decided to go to Manchester Central. And the reason it was a leap of faith is because all of a sudden, we had a lot of space. And I mean a lot of space compared to what we'd had in previous years. And that gave its own challenges in its own way, because obviously now we've got to fill this space. We were quite confident around the exhibition side because we'd started to get oversubscribed with the exhibition, and the previous few years we'd even had a waiting list with companies hoping that somebody cancelled so that they could get in. So we were quite confident we could fill the exhibition floor, and that's how it's turned out. So we're quite happy with that side of it. The problem we had was, how could we raise the attendance? How could we get more people through the door? Now, there's a few of you that have been to quite a few of these CIUK events, and I think you'll agree we do tend to see quite a lot of the same people every year. And that's great. It's brilliant that people come back year after year. But if we're going to increase the attendance, we need to get new people. So our scientific advisory committee went away, and they did a little exercise where they tried to identify some target audiences for us. And the one they asked us to start with was young people. So they wanted us to look at students, early career researchers, and they wanted us to get more young people through the door at CIUK. So we had to think, how can we do that? What initiatives can we bring in to attract young people to this HPC conference? First thing we did was a poster competition. So we have a poster competition every year. Students can bring a poster along. They can talk about their research or a project they're involved in. And there is actually a prize for the winning poster. We introduced an impact award, and this is specifically aimed at early career researchers. So this is our Jackie Pallis Memorial Award. And I know quite a few people in the room knew Jackie and worked with Jackie. Jackie was a really important part of our organising committee, but she was also a really strong advocate of the work of early career researchers. She stressed that we needed to focus on that side of the work. So it's really appropriate that and we thought it was appropriate that we name this award in her memory. And the third initiative that we looked at, and the one that really got us excited, was the Cluster Challenge. So we'd seen in other conferences the impact that a Cluster Challenge competition can have on student engagement. We'd seen how it could get students engaged in these big conferences like ISC in Germany and SC in America. And we really wanted to try and do something like that in the UK through CIUK. We wanted a UK Cluster Challenge competition. So we took the plunge. I've put a question there. Why do we do the Cluster Challenge? I've just said that we do it because we wanted to get young people through the door. That's only part of the story. There was another reason why we felt that a Cluster Challenge would be good for CIUK. So over a number of years, we started hearing people talking about this thing, the skills gap in the UK. We heard exhibitors talking about the difficulty that they had in attracting suitable applicants for job vacancies. We heard academic attendees talking about the difficulties they had in filling the sort of sysadmin type positions, getting people to look after their kit in their universities and on site. And we thought, what a great way to get the Cluster Challenge out there and get students interested in HPC. Very naively, at one of our very first planning meetings 5 years ago, we thought we could use a Cluster Challenge to make HPCX sexy. Don't know if that worked or not, I'm not sure. But what we really wanted to do was get students into this competition and show them what HPC could do, show them what it was all about, show them that it's exciting and it's interesting. What the Cluster Challenge does is it lets these students get access to the latest bits of kit that they wouldn't normally get access to through their university courses. They get to play around with the latest releases. And we want them to go back to university and say, wow, that was really exciting. How do I find out more about that? How do I get involved in that? And hopefully, some of them might even find it sexy. You never know. So, has it been a success? We think so. We're really pleased with the way it's gone. We've run 5 editions of this competition now. Just in terms of the numbers, it's been a success. 5 years ago, we ran our first competition. We had 3 teams. That's 18 students. Last year, we had 16 teams. This year, the competition actually started yesterday. We've got 17 teams. That is well over 100 students that are looking at HPC, getting involved in HPC, maybe finding HPC sexy. You never know. Maybe that's one for the feedback form at the end of the competition. So we're really happy with the way this has gone, but I think the true test maybe will come in 3, 4, 5 years' time when the likes of Kristin at Alsis Fly is advertising a job and we see, are these students starting to come through? Are they starting to apply for roles in HPC? Are they starting to look at HPC as a career option? Maybe that's a presentation for Sustainable Reality 2030. Okay. So that's a whistle-stop tour of everything to do with CIUK and the Cluster Challenge. I can talk about CIUK all day because it's my favourite conference, just slightly ahead of Sustainable Reality. The good news is I don't need to talk about it all day because if you scan that QR code, it should take you to our website. Over the next few weeks, you're going to see lots of information turning up on the website. You'll also be able to follow the Cluster Challenge competition. So we'll be putting the actual challenges up that the teams are attempting to do. And you'll be able to follow that all the way up to the event in December. And most importantly, on that website, there's a link to register. We have an early bird registration fee up to the 1st of November. Thank you for listening, and hopefully we'll see some of you in Manchester later in the year.